Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Seven's a Mike. Mike 7. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 7. Here we go. Mike 7. Watch the screen. Pass.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Rolling to his right. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Can't be denied, boy.
And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Mike 7. Mike 7. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On play action, now Brady. They'll roll him, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Brilliant. Double tight, guys, double tight. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. Joker.
Play action, now it's Brady. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Wait 20. Double tight. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Check 26.
Both bandit.
7. Check 37.
Hey, ball 66.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. He'll buy some time right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, watch the slant.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Right. He's tight right here, too.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got Smith here. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
On the set.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Hurts.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Bucs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. His zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Back.
So after the INT, it's Brady. They shakes him off. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Wait, set. 29. Alpha.
Two tights. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. Seven's a Mike. Mike 7.
No gain on this defense.
Up the gut, Fournette. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is taken in at the 5.
Let's go, baby.
A big play there for Philly. And even 40 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
They come up in a 2 tight end look here.
Yo. 45 is Mike. 45.
And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up end. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Let's go.
They just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard, need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Rolling to his and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Wait, 20!
Sevens, Mike. Go, go, go. Heavy, heavy, heavy. We got heavy. Eyes on 13.
They'll go for it. It's Brady.
All day.
Sliding out of the pocket.
All day.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
We got 4.
Now a play fake, Brady. They'll roll him out right. This is caught by Evans. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. It fights him off. Evans has it left side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Fournette will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Let's go now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Shift, shift, shift. 36, 36.
Brady now on first down. He'll buy some time right. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Let's make these babies
And after
cry.
the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Red 70 Lions.
Cut, cut, cut. 45.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Come on, fellas.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Let's go, defense.
And
Let's
that
get out
pick
the field,
six a
defense.
moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 47. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Check 45's the money.
Trap 60. Trap 60.
Come on.
Ready?
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
70.
I got him.
To throw again on second down.
I can't believe they let you
Hurts
play.
going
I can't believe
deep
they
here
let
for
you play.
Watkins. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Let's go, baby. 45, 45. Mike, 45.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Airing this one out for Evans. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Pull it together.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Bang, bang.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Again, that's Watkins. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon convention.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Brady. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete as well.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now Brady gotta have this one. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Cardinal.
Hey, I'm coming.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A big play there for Philly. 42 yards.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Viking 18.
Sponge. No.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends. And understandably so, not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.